Yo, what's up guys? So today we are gonna see, what if Kyubi, Madara, Nagato, and Minato were sealed into Naruto, part 1. Hope you'll enjoy this video. So before we start, please subscribe to our channel, and like this video. So let's get into the video. It's October 10, a few miles outside of the village of Konoha, more commonly known as the village hidden in the leaves. Today was the day a tragedy happened, and today was also the day a legend was born. I'm a father, Minato said, smiling. He was looking at his wife who had just given birth. The nurses that came with them were holding the baby and walking around the room. The new parents quickly turned their heads in shock when they heard a scream. What they saw shocked them. Ueko and the other assistant nurse were on the ground, dead, an ominous figure standing above them holding a small blonde baby. Who are you? Minato asked, staring at the ominous figure. He had long, waist-length black hair and glowing red eyes that shone the Sharingan. He was wearing a black long-sleeved shirt and black pants. Over that he wore dark red armor plates that were held together by straps. Madara Uchiha, Madara said ominously. Minato's eyes whitened. But how? You're supposed to be dead. Minato said disbelievingly. This had to be a transformation of some kind, right? That would be because of me. A voice behind Madara said. A man with pale skin, red hair, and strange hypnotic eyes appeared. He wore a black mesh shirt and a red robe with a beige inner lining. Underneath he wore black shinobi pants with black shinobi shoes. His odd hypnotic eyes were purple with rings around the small dot-like pupil. The man looked to be in his middle to late teens. I am Nagato, Nagato said, studying the new parents in front of him. The Rinnegan, how did you keep Madara alive? It's been well over 100 years, Minato said in a shocked tone. Whenever he got low on life force and died, I would resurrect him. It's one of the Rinnegan's abilities, Nagato said, looking at Madara who was holding the newborn baby. Now fourth Hokage, step away from the Jinchuriki or your son dies, Madara said evilly, smiling down at the child in his arms. No wait, please just calm down, Minato said frantically. I am calm, speak for yourself, Madara said. Behind him, Nagato was watching the scene and saw Minato would give his life for his son. He started to rethink a lot of things. Here he thought if the plans to destroy the leaf were really worth it. Madara then threw the child into the air. He raised a kunai to stab the child. There was a flash of yellow. The baby was in the arms of Minato who was now on the wall. Well, I must hand it to the yellow flash. Your name is true after all, Madara said. Nagato started with white eyes. SSSSSS. Minato looked down to see multiple papyrums on the boy's blanket. He quickly threw it, and here shined away, begrudgingly leaving his wife. After he knew the baby was safe, he here shined to his house, and put him into a crib. I'll be back, I have to save your mother, he said, here shining away again. He appeared next to an almost dead Kushina on the ground, and a nine-tailed fox about to strike. Luckily, he got there in time to save his wife. He here shined to his house, and laid his wife down next to his baby boy. She hugged the small boy, and cried. Minato took on a pained expression, and put on his cape. He then went to the battlefield. At the battlefield, the Kyuubi was now in the middle of the village, its tails lashing out, and killing shinobi left and right. Suddenly, Sarutobi, the third Hokage, arrived on the scene to see the fox making a purple ball of chakra. If we get hit with it, we're finished, he thought, until he saw a poof of smoke. A giant toad appeared and landed on the fox's back, knocking it off balance. But no one noticed the two people riding on top of the Kyuubi's head. Minato, the shinobi yelled in relief. Before anyone could say more, the fox disappeared, only for an explosion to occur outside the village moments later. Sarutobi looked around for any able-bodied shinobi who could back him up until he saw Minato's student Kakashi and Kakashi's rival Guy. Deciding it was possibly his best choice, he signaled for them to follow, as he took off in the direction of the explosion. With Minato, Minato was now on the ground panting heavily. He had just transported Kyuubi, his family, Madara, Nagato, and himself miles from the village. He looked up to see Madara was now on the ground, and Nagato was getting up slowly. I know I can't match someone with the Sharingan or the Rinnegan, both definitely not. What should I do? Minato thought, watching his opponents recover themselves slowly. Fourth Hokage, you are a very skilled opponent, but I will destroy the leaf, Madara said. Madara and Nagato then jumped onto the Kyuubi again. Minato quickly picked up Kushina and his child, and then summoned a small bed for sealing. He laid the boy down into the bed, and took on a saddened look. What are you doing? Kushina yelled, seeing the familiar arrangements. I'm going to seal the Kyuubi into him, there's no choice, he said sadly, looking at the child with a single tear falling from his eyes. No? Why not someone else? You can't. He's your son, Kushina protested before she coughed up a small amount of blood. Kushina, Minato yelled, running to her side. Madara commanded the fox to attack. The Kyuubi brought down its giant claw, but it didn't make it to the target. Just before the claw slashed the defenseless baby in half, Kushina, Minato jumped in the way, stopping the claw. Madara smiled in delight. The Kyuubi just saved him lots of time, while Nagato winced and stood there shocked. They loved their child enough to die for him. Quick, I'm going to have to seal it now, Minato said in a hurried voice, pulling himself off the beast's claw. Please, I want to see him when he's grown up. Kushina said, not wanting to leave her son. Okay, save your chakra. Minato said. Kushina nodded. Madara watches the scene, and his smile disappears. He was about to jump off the fox's head and kill Minato before he could seal the beast when he heard the words, Forbidden Seal Jutsu. Reaper Death Seal. Minato yelled. Suddenly, the Kyuubi shrank down a size, knocking Madara and Nagato down its back. Damn you, fourth Hokage. Madara yelled in outrage, Sharingan flaring. At this point, Sarutobi, Kakashi, and Guy had just arrived to see Minato seal half the Kyuubi into himself. With Sarutobi, Kakashi, and Guy, they had just arrived to see Minato use the Reaper Death Seal, and Sarutobi was stunned. There was also a very strong barrier to keep people out, and the Kyuubi in. I can't believe he used this, Sarutobi said. Kakashi, and Guy looked at him. What do you mean? Kakashi asked. Reaper Death Seal is a forbidden technique. It allows the user to seal something into themselves in exchange for one's soul. Sarutobi said grimly. Then why is the Kyuubi still there? Guy asked. Sarutobi looked into the barrier. They spoke. I think he is sealing half into himself and half into his child in that bed. Sarutobi said. Kakashi and Guy quickly turned and scanned for a child. They saw the crib, then the boy inside. They had a kid. Guy asked in a shocked tone. Kakashi and Sarutobi nodded. Will Minato-sensei be okay? Kakashi asked, not wanting to believe his whole team and sensei would be dead. No, at the amount of chakra he has now, he's not going to make it through the ceiling. Sarutobi said in a grim tone. Kakashi's face fell into sadness, and the old man had to turn away. Minato, I hope you know what you're doing. Sarutobi thought. Back with Minato. I have to seal the rest now. Kushina, can you hold Kyuubi down a little longer? Good. Minato said, then went through the many hand seals. He forgot something. Madara and Nagato were still on the Kyuubi. Sealing Jutsu. A trigram seal. He yelled. There was a flash of light. Everyone just expected Kyuubi to be gone. That wasn't the case. To Kushina's shock, Kyuubi, Madara, Nagato, and Minato were all gone. The seal glowed red on the child's stomach, then faded to black. Sarutobi, Kakashi, and Guy ran up to the scene, expecting to see Minato on the ground with Kushina. They were shocked when he wasn't there, and thought maybe he burned so much chakra he burned up. Meanwhile, while they were looking around for Minato in case he was still in one piece, Kushina was drawing in her final breaths. She looked at her child, and saw black chakra seep into the seal, and assumed it was Madara. Then purple chakra she assumed was Nagato, red chakra she knew was the Kyuubi, and then normal blue chakra which she was shocked to know it was Minato. The three who had just arrived gave up looking, and ran up to her. Sarutobi held up her head for her to speak. She coughed out blood, then spoke. Please, take care of Naruto. She said loud enough for them to hear. They all looked at the child who was now crying. Kushina closed her eyes for the last time, and had one thought. Good luck, Naruto. Kushina thought before her life faded from her reach. I promise, Kushina. Kakashi said, taking Naruto in his arms. Guy and Sarutobi smiled at the sight. Meanwhile, inside the seal something astonishing was happening. Inside the seal, they were all inside a sewer, a ginormous cage behind them. They looked around in shock and heard a baby crying. They then looked at a wall to see a large screen to see what looked like a perspective view of someone. Minato recognized the mask and gasped. Kakashi. Minato said in shock, watching his son's view of the world show on the screen. All three other beings in the seal turned to Minato, who was watching his son's view, and started to get angry. Madara walked right in front of Minato and got his attention. Hey. Why did you seal a soul in here? And more importantly, how did you get in here? Madara said in an angry tone. Minato looked around and noticed that they were in a sewer. I forgot you were on the Kyuubi, and I don't know how I got in here. I might have put too much chakra into the seal, Minato said in a calculating tone. That was when they heard a deep growl from behind them. They turned to see the Kyuubi sitting upright, tails lashing out in anger. Fourth Hokage, how dare you? I get sealed into a brat like this, and now I have to live out his days with all of you in here to annoy me. Kyuubi growled out in anger. Madara smiled evilly, and walked up to the cage. Hello Kyuubi, how's my little pet today? Madara asked in a chakra-laced voice. Kyuubi growled in reply. Well, it is a bad predicament we're all in, isn't it? Now we have to watch your son's life through his eyes. But then again, we could get to watch your son's life, and see how he turns out. Besides, since we're all in the seal, we can't die, so let's enjoy it. Nagato said for the first time. His statement shocked all the three other tenants, and when they turned to him, they saw him watching the screen with pure interest. He's not really a bad kid, he was just influenced. He seems to have turned around now. Minato thought with a smile. Then he frowned, and turned to Madara. What are you planning to do while in the sea? I can't kill you in here, but I at least want to know what you'll do, Minato said, eyeing Madara. Madara just chuckled at the look. Really? You were afraid I would try to hurt your son? You should know that since I'm stuck here too, I can't get my revenge. I'll probably just do what you do till I die. Besides, I want to see how your son turns out, Madara said, looking at the screen with interest. Nagato and Minato smiled. They were all in agreement. They wanted to see how the boy would turn out. Now they would just sit back and watch. By the way, Nagato, how old are you exactly? Minato asked, looking at Nagato. The boy smiled and answered. I'm 17 now, and always will be now that I'm in this seal. Nagato said Madara, and Minato chuckled at his last remark. They heard a fierce growling behind them. They all turned to the Kyuubi, who was the only one in a cage. You honestly expect me to help your son in any way? You used an 8 trigram seal. You want the brat to draw my power. The most I do without consent is to heal him quickly. Other than that, I refuse to help him if he is stupid enough to come in here. I'll lead him. Kyuubi said. This made all the other 3 tenants' eyes whiten comically. You will not hurt my son. Minato yelled, outraged. You will not hurt this kid. Madara yelled in a chakra-laced voice. You will not hurt Naruto. Nagato yelled, using the boy's name. And why not? I'm a tailed beast, and he is my Jinchuriki. I can influence him any way I want. Kyuubi said, making Nagato's eyes whiten. He ran forward to the front of the cage, and glared at the beast. No? You will not influence little Naruto. Nagato yelled. He already liked the boy, and he didn't know why. Then he noticed Kyuubi gasp when he saw his eyes. T the Rinnegan. But only old man 6 paths. How did you get those eyes? Kyuubi said in a shocked tone. Everyone was completely interested now. I don't know if I awakened them when my family was cut off, not wanting to talk about it. Okay human, if you want to help the kid then I will too. But, only because you have the eyes old man 6 paths had. But if I get that chance I will try to take him over. Kyuubi said. This shocked everyone. Kyuubi was actually offering to help someone. Kyuubi, are you going soft? Madara asked with a chuckle. This made Kyuubi growl. Just go away, I'm going to take a nap. Kyuubi said before laying down. After a little bit they heard a loud snoring. They all sweat dropped at the action. They all turned back to the screen, and saw that Naruto was now in Sarutobi's arms at a council meeting. They decided to keep listening. As I'm sure you all know, Minato Namikaze, our beloved 4th Hokage, died sealing the Kyuubi into Naruto here. Sarutobi said, holding up Naruto to face the crowd. They heard Naruto make a gurgling sound, then a small giggle that could only come from a baby. The 3 people in his mind smiled at the sound. It was the cutest thing they had ever heard. Then the smiles turned into frowns, as they saw the council's reactions. There was shock, anger, fear, and some even stood from their seats, and yelled, "Kill the demon." One council member yelled, earning a growl from Minato. "Kill the Kyuubi." Another villager screamed, earning a lot of agreement from the civilian side. The 3 people in Naruto's mind saw that the shinobi side wasn't acting fearful or scared. This earned a nod of agreement from Madara. "I say we let the villagers do the honors." Another person yelled, earning a scowl, and small killing intent from Nagato. Of course only people in Naruto's mind felt it. Silence. Sarutobi yelled, getting all attention back on him. He sat Naruto upright on the table, so he was sitting, facing the council. Naruto possibly had the best view of the room besides Sarutobi. The boy, I wonder what he's thinking, Minato said to the others before being cut off by loud shouts. They saw Naruto had turned his head towards the sound to see the civilian side of the council yelling out more threats. If I may interject. A person from the shinobi side yelled, getting all attention on him. Minato recognized it as Shikakunar. Yes? What is it? Do you agree to get rid of that monster? A random civilian asked harshly, pointing at Naruto. They were all shocked when Shikaku, who was usually calm, shot some killing intent at the villager. I was going to ask, do you understand sealing at all? Shikaku asked in an angry voice. All the shinobi were shocked at the emotion in Shikaku's voice. Yes. I made him the human form of the Kyuubi. He is just a demon in disguise. We must kill him before he regains his strength. Another villager yelled. At this point, everyone felt an incredibly strong kill intent come from the door. They all turned to see a very pissed off Kakashi walk into the room, and glare at the villager. He picked up Naruto in his arms, and walked over to the villager. Does this small boy really look like the Kyuubi reborn to you? Kakashi asked in an angry tone, holding Naruto in his arms. It's just the Kyuubi in its human form. We must kill it. The villagers yelled, some even jumping at the boy, only to be held back by some clan heads. Sealing doesn't work that way, he is just a container. He is not the demon. Shikaku and Kakashi yelled in outrage. This earned smiles from the 3 in Naruto's mind. He's already corrupted you. He has control of your mind to make you say that. Some villagers yelled, earning facepalms from all the people in Naruto's mind, even Kyuubi facepalmed. Are they really that stupid? Nagato asked in an astonished voice. Madara and Minato could only nod. Okay, how about this? Shikaku said, as he took out a scroll and a kunai. The people in Naruto's mind recognized that example, and smiled. There's no way they won't understand this simple sealing example. Nagato said, earning nods of agreement from Madara and Minato. Now, I have sealed the kunai into the scroll, try to attack me with it. Shikaku said, throwing the scroll to the villagers. Quickly, the villagers ran at Shikaku, and hit him on the arm. It didn't do anything. See? Even if little Naruto over there carries the Kyuubi, he is just a container. The beast is inside the seal on him. It isn't Naruto himself. Shikaku said in a calmer tone. You expect us to believe that even if he is just a container, the Kyuubi will possess him, and kill everyone. A random villager yelled, earning yells of agreement from the rest of the villagers. Everyone in Naruto's mind facepalmed again. How is it even possible for someone to be this stupid? Nagato asked. Madara and Minato agreed. They are blinded by hatred, Minato said, earning a nod from the other two people. Silence. Sarutobi yelled, making everyone go quiet. The fourth Hokage's last wish was for Naruto to be treated as a hero. Sarutobi stated, remembering a letter he read on his desk before going to fight Kyuubi. Most of the civilian council scoffed at the wish. How can we treat a demon as a hero? A random villager said with a mocking tone. Kakashi, could you please take Naruto out of the room and into my office? Sarutobi asked. Kakashi nodded and walked out of the room, cradling Naruto in his arms. Kakashi looked down at Naruto as he was walking down the hall. I can't believe how idiotic they can be, Kakashi said softly to Naruto, staring at his features closely. You honestly do look so much like Minato-sensei. You are basically a carbon copy if you take away the whiskers, Kakashi said, chuckling at the last part. Wait, he has whiskers, Nagato asked. Don't tell me he has whiskers, Madara said, as Minato was going to look at the baby boy's face on the screen. Oh, please don't tell me I gave him the whiskers. Kyuubi said, knowing that if the boy had whiskers he would be made fun of and be pointed out as the Jinchuriki. Minato looked at the screen, and everyone screamed. No? He has whiskers. All of them screamed, fearing he had the whiskers. If he did he would be pointed out, and never taken seriously. This they knew for a fact. Kakashi and Naruto were now in the office, and Kakashi sat down in a chair. He looked at Naruto again. I wonder what they'll do with you. They probably won't let you live with Shinobi, at least if they don't adopt you first. Since your father had so many enemies you will probably keep the name Uzumaki. I wonder if I could adopt you. They probably won't let me, but I could try. Kakashi trailed off in thought. At least there's someone I can trust to try to take care of him, Minato said. After about 10 minutes Sarutobi came into the office with a frown on his face. Well, it appears that Naruto will be going to the orphanage, Sarutobi said. Kakashi raised an eyebrow. I thought Tsunade and Jiraiya were his godparents. What about them? Kakashi asked. The three in Naruto's mind listened to the reason intently. Tsunade and Jiraiya. I have seen them from the shadows before. This kid has some good links. Fourth, as his father, the scariest kunoichi in the world, as his mother, two of the legendary three, as his godparents, this kid will be unstoppable. Madara all but yelled out. Jiraiya sensei, Nagato asked, getting a shocked expression from Minato. He was your sensei too, Minato asked. Nagato nodded, and they both smiled. They would definitely get along well. Well, the council is refusing to contact them because they agreed to tell them Minato, Kushina, and Naruto all died. Sarutobi trailed off, trying to ignore the enraged face of Kakashi. What? But why? They could protect him. They are the legendary Sannin. One of the legendary three. Why would you tell them he died? Kakashi asked in an angry tone. Because the boy's father had many enemies. If he was watched over by the Sannin, then his father's enemies would come after him. Sarutobi said. The three in Naruto's head were fuming. Not good enough. They all yelled in anger. Well, I guess he'll be an orphan like me, Nagato said sadly. Madara and Minato nodded. So he'll be going to the orphanage, they'll kill him. Kakashi yelled in anger. No, I pass a law forbidding anyone from talking about it. If they do break that law, the punishment is death. Sarutobi said. Fine, Kakashi said in defeat. Sarutobi took Naruto and made his way to the orphanage. You will be a hero someday, I can feel it. Good luck, Naruto Uzumaki. Sarutobi said. 5 years later, a small 5-year-old boy with blonde hair, blue eyes, and whisker marks on his cheeks was running through the streets. This boy was Naruto Uzumaki, and, as far as anyone knew, he was the Kyuubi's Jinchuriki. But, there was a secret no one knew. He also carried Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, Madara Uchiha, and Nagato Uzumaki within him, after an accident in the sealing process. 1 year ago, the staff at the orphanage had kicked him out, and now he lived in his own apartment. Right now, he was running for his life. Just leave me alone. Naruto yelled at the mob of villagers running after him. He turned a corner, and was scared to find a dead end. Oh no, he thought. He turned around to find the villagers were coming around the corner. He was even more scared to see a few Chunin in the crowd. You're going to die today, demon. One of the Chunin yelled. Naruto just kept backing away till he felt the wall behind him. He looked up at the crowd with pure fear. He braced for the pain when he heard the whistle of a kunai being thrown. It hit him in the leg. He screamed and grabbed his leg in pain. He opened his eyes to see the kunai sticking out of his leg. He was going to pull it out when he heard more whistling noises. He screamed in pain again, as several kunai hit him in the leg, arms, stomach, and one flew by his face, just giving him a bleeding cut. He couldn't move anymore. He just laid down, and waited for the pain to come. The three people in Naruto's head winced, as they heard Naruto's muffled screams ring out in his head. After about 5 minutes of internal screaming, they had to cover their ears when one of the Chunin in the crowd came up, and bent his leg backwards, causing his to let out a blood-curdling scream. Finally, after 5 more minutes the Chunin in the crowd were going to use a small fire on him. It wouldn't kill him, but it would give him lots of pain. They made hand signs for the fire, and when they were about to use it, they were stopped by 4 angry faces, and 1 mask, but underneath the man was fuming. What the hell do you think you're doing? Kakashi and Asuma yelled. "Oh, so you're going to protect that freak?" One of the Chunin yelled, earning a boost in killing intent. "Asuma, look after Naruto, I'll deal with these people," Kakashi said in an angry voice. Asuma nodded and ran quickly to Naruto's side. Naruto's vision was very shaky, it would blur into focus then out again. Even though his vision was blurry, Naruto could make out 4 worried faces looking down on him now. One was a woman with black hair and red eyes, the second lady had purple hair and brown eyes. He somewhat recognized the other one, it was Asuma, he had brown eyes and black hair. The last one was an Anbu with a weasel mask, black hair, and Naruto could see 2 coal black eyes. He could easily tell they were all worried. "Kurenai, do you know any medical ninjutsu?" The Anbu asked frantically to the girl with black hair and red eyes. "No, I don't. Anko, do you?" Kurenai asked the girl with purple hair and brown eyes. "No, and I know the hospital won't accept him, the last time they tried to poison him," Anko said with anger in her features. At this point, Kakashi was running up to Naruto, he looked down with a worried expression. Naruto was blinking very slowly, barely holding on to consciousness. "Itachi, do you have any bandages?" Kakashi asked the Anbu. "No, I don't," Itachi said in a worried voice. They all looked down at Naruto again with worried expressions. "I can't feel my leg," Naruto said between breaths. When Anko quickly grabbed the leg and twisted it forward so it would heal correctly, everyone inside and outside Naruto's mind visibly winced when Naruto let out another blood-curdling scream. "Anko!" Itachi, Kurenai, Asuma, and Kakashi yelled. They watched as Naruto held his leg in pain and cried out with pained expressions. They continued to watch. "Itachi uses your Sharingan," Asuma said. Itachi nodded and activated his Sharingan, making Naruto go into a daydream-like state. The boy just stared ahead to show it worked. He looked around at everyone who had worried expressions on their faces. He wondered if Naruto had seen anything he shouldn't have. "Do you think he saw anything that would hurt him?" Asuma asked in a concerned voice. Everyone frowned, and Itachi had an idea. "Do you want me to go into his mind and see if he saw anything?" Itachi asked. Everyone nodded, looking at Naruto's sleeping face. "Okay. I will need a small amount of time," Itachi said, as he looked into Naruto's staring blue eyes. Then he was in the sewer. He walked around for a little bit till he felt a powerful presence. He followed it and came into a large room. He saw a ginormous cage at the front of the room, and on the wall, he saw a large screen showing what all Naruto saw. He saw himself on the screen, staring into Naruto's eyes, and he admitted that it looked pretty creepy. Then, he saw 3 people in front of the screen watching it. They all turned, and he was shocked. He saw the 4th Hokage, Madara Uchiha, and another person, possibly a teen he didn't recognize. "Hello Uchiha," Madara said. Itachi shivered at the voice. "Hello Itachi," Minato said happily. "Hello, I'm Nagato," Nagato said. Itachi slowly walked up to the 3, and his eyes lingered over to the cage where the cage was. Inside, he saw the 9-tailed fox staring at him with its blood-red slitted eyes. He finally made it to the 3, and stared at them. "How are you all in Naruto, and why?" he said in a slightly panicked voice. Minato saw this, and tried to comfort him. "It's okay Itachi, let us explain," Minato said. "When Kyuubi was getting sealed into Naruto, this idiot forgot we were on his head," Madara said, pointing at Minato. "And I put too much chakra into the seal, and accidentally sealed myself in along with them," Minato said, smiling sheepishly. "Okay, so let me get this straight, Madara and Nagato were on Kyuubi's head, and you forgot, sealing them in along with it. Then, you pushed too much chakra into the seal, and got yourself sealed into your own son along with them?" Itachi asked. All of them nodded, making Itachi's sweat drop. Itachi looked over all of them, as if he was studying them until he saw Nagato's eyes. "Our Rinnegan," Itachi said, shocked. Minato and Madara chuckled. "I had the exact same reaction," Minato said with a laugh. "Okay, so now Naruto has Kyuubi, his father, a Sharingan user, and a Rinnegan user sealed inside him," Itachi said, exasperated. "Yeah, yes, yep, yeah." All the people in Naruto's seal said at the same time. "Well, this is surprising," Itachi said, looking at Naruto who suddenly appeared on the floor. He was asleep though. "How well, that's the first thing," Minato said, looking at the sleeping form of his son. "That's the first time he's come in here," Nagato said, walking up to the sleeping boy. He looked at his closed eyes, and smiled. "He's sleeping though," Nagato said. Everyone looked at the sleeping form of Naruto, and smiled when Nagato started to tickle Naruto's whiskers. Naruto started to make sneezing noises in his sleep because Nagato was tickling him. Everyone laughed. "That has got to be the cutest thing I've ever seen," Madara said with a small smile. Nagato walked back to Minato's side, and looked at Itachi. "So what is in little Naruto's mind?" Nagato asked. Itachi just smiled. "I was checking to see if he saw anything he shouldn't have, like them revealing Kyuubi or seeing Kakashi massacre those people, but it appears he didn't, otherwise he would probably not be sleeping right now," Itachi said with a chuckle, and a glance at the boy on the floor. "No, he didn't see anything he shouldn't have. By the way, I really need to tell someone this in case it happens, but if Naruto were to ever have a Sharingan implanted into his own eyes, because of my DNA he would be able to unlock it, then activate and deactivate it." Of course, since it's my DNA he would be able to use it to its full power. My power actually. Madara said. Itachi's eyes widened, and his mouth was gaping. Thinking of that, since I'm in here, he also has my DNA, so if he's pushed far enough he could easily unlock the Rinnegan. Nagato said. Itachi started to feel like he was going to faint. Minato saw this, and ran behind him in case he fainted. Should I tell the Hokage about this? I don't want them to turn him into a weapon, but if I don't, and he unlocks the Sharingan then what? Itachi asked, his mind spinning. Don't tell the Hokage, Danzo would get word, and turn my son into a weapon. Tell Kakashi, he has the Sharingan so if he needs proof he can come in here, and we can explain. I have a feeling since he was my student he will be Naruto's sensei when he is older. Minato said. Everyone nodded at the logic. Okay, by the way, sorry about Anko twisting Naruto's leg, Itachi said, and Minato nodded. I know, but it would have healed wrong if she hadn't. Minato trailed off, not wanting to think that. Itachi nodded in understanding. Okay, well it seems I should go back into the real world now bye. Itachi said, as he disappeared. When his eyes refocused he was staring into Naruto's eyes again. He quickly looked away, and everyone looked at him. Well? Kurenai asked, and they all noticed the concerned expression on Itachi's face. Well, Itachi said, not deciding if he could trust all of them. Itachi? What is it? Asuma asked. They were starting to get a little scared of Naruto. I think it would be better if we were to talk in private at his house, Itachi said. This made all of them become even more scared than before. Kakashi picked up Naruto, and they all went to Naruto's apartment. Kakashi laid Naruto down on the couch, and everyone else sat in the chairs around the living room. Kakashi, can I speak to you for a moment? Itachi asked. Kakashi nodded, and followed him into the kitchen. What's this about? Kakashi asked, worried. Well, I want you to go in, and go into Naruto's mind, follow the strong presence, and you'll see what I mean, Itachi said. Kakashi rushed into the living room, and sat the unconscious Naruto up, uncovering his Sharingan. What are you doing? Anko asked. Kakashi ignored her, and proceeded to go into Naruto's mind. Why you? Anko said she was stopped by Itachi. Trust me. Just wait, Itachi said. He sat down next to the unconscious Naruto, and stared at him, wondering what he was going to do. Kakashi felt the strong presence, and was now following it into a large room with a cage in the front. Behind the bars he saw the Kyuubi eyeing him. He looked around to see a screen on the wall showing what Naruto saw. He saw himself on the screen. In front of the screen he saw 3 figures. He started to walk towards them slowly. When they turned around, he was shocked. Minato-sensei? He asked in a shocked voice. Minato nodded with a smile, and a few tears rolled down Kakashi's face. The other 2 made themselves known by talking. Hello, Kakashi. Minato said. Hello, Cyclops. Madara said with a chuckle. Kakashi's eyes widened as he realized who it was, and he felt fear for his life. Hello, I'm Nagato. The other said. Kakashi could tell the boy was in his late teens. Minato-sensei, Madara Uchiha, Kakashi said in shock. Then he looked at the other, and gasped. Rinnegan, he all but screamed. Minato chuckled. That was the same reaction Itachi and I had. Minato said with a laugh. What are you all doing in Naruto? Kakashi stuttered out through his shock. When Kyuubi was getting sealed into Naruto, this idiot forgot we were on its head. Madara said, pointing at Minato like before. And I put too much chakra into the seal, and accidentally sealed myself in along with them. Minato said, smiling sheepishly. Kakashi's sweat dropped. So Naruto has Madara Uchiha, a Sharingan user, Nagato, a Rinnegan user, Kyuubi, and his own father sealed into him, Kakashi said, dumbfounded. No wonder Itachi wanted him to see for himself. Yeah. All the people in Naruto's seal said at the same time. By the way, because Naruto has me sealed inside him, if he ever has a Sharingan implanted into his eyes, he will be able to unlock the Sharingan, then activate and deactivate it. Also, since I'm in here he has some of my DNA, that's how he could unlock it, and use all of its power, or use the power I have in my Sharingan. Madara finished. Kakashi felt like he had to lie down. Thinking of that, since I'm in here, he also has my DNA, so if he's pushed far enough he could easily unlock the Rinnegan, but only if he is under too much stress. Nagato said. Kakashi felt like was going to get sick or pass out. Minato, seeing this, rushed behind Kakashi like he did Itachi in case he passed out. Well, that is a lot to take in one day. Itachi had the same reaction you are. I thought he was going to faint. Minato said to Kakashi. Will you 3 please stop trying to invite people in? First that Uchiha brat, and now Cyclops. I'm never going to take my nap at this rate. Kyuubi said in an annoyed tone. Everyone's sweat dropped. Well, I guess I have to go, Kakashi said before leaving Naruto's mind. When he came out of Naruto's mind he quickly looked away, and covered his Sharingan. He looked up to Itachi, and nodded quickly. Will you 2 tell us what's wrong? Asuma said, finally getting annoyed. Kakashi and Itachi looked at each other. They weren't sure if they could tell them. Well, I started to Sharingan because somebody has led into him along with Kyuubi doing negative there Nigan and Minato for the Kage. Both Kakashi and Itachi said quickly. It took a few seconds for the message to get decoded in Anko, Asuma, and Kurenai's minds. When the message was clear they were shocked. What? they all yelled. Kakashi and Itachi then went in depth with what they saw and heard. The other three were shocked. After they were done explaining, they spent a few minutes just staring at Naruto with wide eyes. Does he know? Kurenai asked. Itachi shook his head. They thought for a few more minutes, then Naruto opened his eyes. Chen, he said. All of them gasped and looked at him. He grabbed his head in pain. Gah! I feel like someone yelled into my ears. He yelled. All of them had to stifle a chuckle, knowing why he felt like someone yelled into his ears, or more likely inside his head. Are you okay, Naruto? Asuma asked. Naruto nodded, still holding his ears. How about we take you out for ramen? Itachi said. Everyone's eyes bugged out of their heads. Ramen? Naruto yelled excitedly. Oh no, haha, what have I gotten us into? Itachi thought. See ya. Kurenai said, shining away. Bye. Asuma said, bailing out the window. I have to go now. Kakashi said, running out the door. I forgot to turn off my stove. Enko said, and she jumped out the window. Now only Itachi and Naruto were left. Well then, okay. I guess I'll be paying, Itachi said with a sob coming into his voice. His wallet would soon be empty. 3 years later, Naruto was out training late and was now running home. He was passing the Uchiha compound when he heard a scream. Who was that? I have to check it out, he thought as he ran into the Uchiha compound. He turned a corner and saw blood, kunai, and dead bodies everywhere. He had to hold back the urge to puke as he ran past them, trying hard to hold back tears. What happened? Minato asked Nagato and Madara. They shook their heads and continued watching. Okami, Nagato said, as he could hear and see Naruto holding back tears and running past all the bodies. Mother of Kami, who could do all this, Madara said, as he watched Naruto run past countless bodies. Naruto continued to run towards where he heard the scream until he came to Sasuke Uchiha's house. Oh no, it came from Sasuke's house, Naruto muttered in fear. As he ran up to the door, he opened the door to faceplant into Sasuke, who was crying. Sasuke, what happened? I heard a scream, Naruto said, quickly seeing Sasuke panting heavily and trying to run. Itachi. I'll run, Naruto. Come on, we have to get out of here, Sasuke yelled as he grabbed Naruto by the shirt and dragged him behind as he ran. Naruto was now on his feet running behind Sasuke when Itachi appeared in front of them. Itachi, why are you doing this? Sasuke yelled. There has to be a reason Itachi did this, Minato said to the other two next to him. Foolish little brother, you are one of the few members of the Uchiha clan who can possess the Mangekyou Sharingan. If you wish to exact your revenge on me someday, then foster your hatred and face me when you have the same eyes as I do, Itachi said. Then he appeared behind Sasuke and touched his pressure point, knocking him out cold. Then he turned to Naruto. Naruto started to back away with fear clear in his eyes. Itachi made his slow advance. Please don't kill me, Itachi, please, Naruto pleaded, tears running down his face. He honestly didn't want to die by his friend's hand. I'm not going to kill you, Naruto, Itachi said. This scared Naruto even more. Was Itachi going to torture him? I'm going to give you a gift, Itachi said. Naruto stopped moving and held his ground. I guess if he's lying and I die here, this is as far as I was meant to go in this world, Naruto thought. Minato and Nagato's eyes widened at the bravery Naruto was showing, and Madara smiled proudly. What is this gift? I know the Anbu will be on their way in a little while, not seeing the lights on, Naruto said. Itachi just held his ground. It's a surprise, you will get it when you are older, Itachi said. This made Naruto take a step back. When I'm older? Is he going to come back and kill me? Naruto thought frantically. All the people in Naruto's mind were watching intently now. I bet he'll give Naruto the Sharingan, Madara and Nagato guessed. Minato nodded in agreement. Itachi's eyes turned into the Mangekyou Sharingan, and he stared at Naruto. Naruto backed away a little more. He didn't even realize it when Itachi disappeared and reappeared behind him. His pressure point was hit, and he fell to the ground, but not before he heard the last words. I'm so sorry, Naruto, Itachi said, then went to transplant Shisui's eyes into Naruto. After he was done, the red eyes morphed back into light blue, just a little darker than before. Then he went on the run. 1 week later, Naruto woke up to smell antiseptic. He quickly looked around and realized he couldn't see. He brought his hand up to his eyes to feel bandages around his eyes. So you're finally awake, Naruto, a voice said from the side of the bed. Naruto jumped, then realized the voice was Kakashi. He hadn't seen him in years, but he still remembered the man's voice. Why are there bandages on my eyes? Naruto said, panicked. Kakashi laid a hand on Naruto's arm to calm him. Don't worry, when they found you they just said your eyes were bleeding and needed to rest for a few days. You can take them off now, Kakashi said. Naruto ripped the bandages off and was blinded by the ceiling light. He grabbed his eyes in pain. Too bright. Too bright. I'm blind, Naruto said loudly, holding his head in pain. Kakashi's eyes widened in realization and started to think of what to say. Naruto, can you open your eyes and look at me? Kakashi said. Naruto squinted his eyes at Kakashi, and it got better after a little bit. He opened his eyes fully, and Kakashi gawked. Was it just him or were Naruto's eyes darker? Naruto, can you tell me what happened? Kakashi asked, already having an idea what transpired. I heard a scream and ran into the compound. There were dead bodies everywhere. I ran to Sasuke's house and ran into him running away. He said Itachi was coming to kill us, and to run. We ran up the street, and Itachi appeared in front of us. He said that Sasuke had to foster his hatred and come back to face him when he had the Mangekyou Sharingan. Then he knocked out Sasuke and walked up to me. He said something about giving me a gift I will have when I'm older, and then I was knocked out. Naruto said, gasping for breath. Your eyes hurt it all? Kakashi asked. Naruto nodded. Yeah, my eyes sting, but it's going away, and everything is so much clearer than it was before. What did you do to me? Naruto said. Kakashi decided to wait till Naruto was older to tell him. I don't know, I guess we'll find out when you're older, won't we? Kakashi said with a nice smile. Is Sasuke okay? Naruto asked. Kakashi nodded. Yes, he's fine. In fact, he went back to the academy yesterday. Kakashi said. Naruto sighed in relief. When can I get out of here? Naruto asked. Kakashi thought, then smiled. Right now, with your super healing, and all. We were just waiting for you to wake up. Kakashi said. What about Itachi? Naruto asked. Kakashi frowned. He got away, now he's an S-rank missing ninja. Kakashi said. Naruto's eyes widened. Will he come back for Sasuke? Naruto asked. Kakashi shook his head. Naruto, how about we get you out of here, and to Ichiraku's? Kakashi asked, knowing his wallet would be empty. Yeah? Naruto yelled, jumping out of bed, and putting on his normal clothes. Kakashi chuckled, he certainly hadn't lost his enthusiasm for ramen. After he took Naruto home, he went to tell Kurenai, Asuma, and Anko about Naruto's new gift. 4 years later, it was now graduation day at the academy. Everyone was nervous, and some excited. For one Naruto Uzumaki, it was the day he would finally become a genin, but in the way he expected. Next up, Naruto Uzumaki, please perform the henge, kawarimi, and the bunshin. Iruka said. Naruto quickly performed the techniques perfectly till it came to bunshin. He made a dead-looking clone that fell to the ground. You failed. Iruka said. Naruto walked out of the room sadly. Naruto was now sitting on a swing across the road from the academy, watching all the parents congratulate their children on passing. Minato, Nagato, and Madara watched sadly, as he longed for a family. Naruto heard footsteps coming up to his side. He turned to see Mizuki smiling down at him. I know a way you can graduate from what Naruto. Mizuki said, then go into details about his plan. Later that night, Force. Ha! I found you. It's all over, Iruka said, leaning over Naruto who was grinning. Caught me already, you quick sensei. Naruto said. Iruka took on a confused expression. Now I can pass, right? Anyone who learns from this scroll passes. Naruto said. Where did you get that idea? Iruka asked, confused. Mizuki-sensei told me. He told me about the scroll, and this place. Naruto trailed off, putting the pieces together. Then, Naruto was shoved back, as multiple kunai flew into Iruka. So, I see you found our little hideaway, Mizuki said, stepping out of the shadows. Naruto. Give me the scroll now. Mizuki said. Naruto gasped. No, Naruto. Run. Don't let Mizuki get the scroll. Iruka yelled. Mizuki started to laugh. Naruto runs. Mizuki lied to you. Iruka yelled again. Naruto looked at the laughing teacher, and frowned. You want to know who's really lying? They've been lying to you your whole life, Naruto. Mizuki said. Naruto took on a confused look. No, Mizuki. Iruka yelled. 12 years ago the Kyuubi attacked our village. It couldn't be killed, so it was sealed into the best thing. A newborn baby. That baby was you. You are the nine-tailed fox. Die, Naruto. Mizuki yelled, as he threw the shuriken on his back. Naruto got down. Iruka yelled. Naruto ducked. Clench. Naruto looked up to see Iruka had shielded him, taking the hit in the back. Madara, Nagato, and Minato gasped. But why? Naruto said. Iruka started to cry. Because we're the same. When I lost my parents no one seemed to care, they just forgot I was there. I did crazy things, then I had to pay for it. You're lonely, and it hurts inside, and I could have been there for you more. I'm so sorry, Naruto. Iruka said, blood running from his mouth. Don't make me laugh. Iruka always hated you. He hated you because Kyuubi killed parents, and that beast is now inside you. Mizuki yelled. Naruto jumped out from under Iruka, and ran. Naruto. Iruka yelled. Naruto just kept running, tears falling from his eyes. Oh, Naruto, Minato said in a sad tone. Poor little Naruto, Nagato said in a saddened and worried tone. He'll get through it, I hope. Madara said. After a little bit of running, Naruto was crouched behind a tree, clinging onto the scroll of ceiling like it was a lifeline. He heard voices come from behind him, and listened. How did you know, Naruto? How did you know? Poof, it was me, and not Iruka. Mizuki's voice said. Because I'm Iruka. Iruka said simply with a smug grin. Why would you protect that freak? He'll use the scroll for his own power, and destroy this village. Mizuki said. You're right. Iruka said. Naruto had to stifle a gasp, and more sobbing noises. So Iruka-sensei never believed in me, he thinks I'm some beast. Naruto thought with an inward sob. Nagato, Minato, and Madara frowned. But that's not who Naruto is. He works hard, and puts his whole heart into it. That's what separates him from being a beast, so you're wrong, he is nothing like the Nine Tails. He is Naruto Uzumaki of the village hidden in the leaves. Iruka finished with confidence. Minato, Nagato, and Madara smiled as Naruto gaped, and they felt him fill with warm happiness that could reach even the coldest heart. I was going to finish you later, but I changed my mind. You finished. Mizuki yelled. He took out the famous shuriken and ran at Iruka. So this is it, Iruka thought before. Clang. He looked up to see Naruto slam into Mizuki's face, sending him flying back, and the shuriken in the opposite direction. Naruto stood with the scroll in a defensive position. Mizuki started to stand, wiping some blood off his lip. You idiot. Why didn't you run? Iruka yelled, scared Naruto would die. Naruto just smiled. Watch me, sensei. He said, before focusing his look on Mizuki. Don't ever lay a hand on my sensei, I'll kill you. Naruto said. Everyone in Naruto's mind was shocked at the amount of bravery Naruto kept showing. Nice move for a little punk, but what will you do, nine-tailed fox? I can completely destroy you with a single move. Mizuki said with a smirk. Take your best shot full, I'll give it back to you 1,000 full. Naruto said. Minato, Nagato, and Madara watched with wide eyes, as Naruto showed bravery that even some jounin seemed to lack. Show me what you can do. Nine-tailed fox. Mizuki yelled. Naruto put half of his chakra into the Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto yelled. Everyone inside and outside on Naruto's mind, even Kyuubi, gaped as over 2,000 Narutos appeared, all grinning evilly at Mizuki. So much chakra. Iruka thought. Holy mother of chakra. Minato, Madara, Nagato, and Kyuubi yelled, with widened eyes, all in shock. Did he use any of our chakra by accident? Minato asked. Everyone shook their heads, surprising everyone even more. Minato quickly checked Naruto's chakra levels, and he paled. He was about to faint. What is it? Nagato asked, seeing the shocked expression on Minato's face. He only used half his chakra. Minato stuttered out, feeling like he was going to faint at the sheer amount of chakra his son had. Nagato and Madara looked at each other, then pinched themselves. They weren't dreaming. Then they heard a scream. They all looked at the screen to see over 2,000 Narutos pushing each other to get a hit on Mizuki before the others. It was so funny. Minato, Madara, and Nagato burst out laughing. It was now dawn. Mizuki laid on the ground after being beaten up by thousands of Narutos. Iruka motioned Naruto over. Naruto, close your eyes. Iruka said. Naruto closed his eyes, and felt something go onto his forehead. He then opened his eyes to see Iruka holding his goggles, and Iruka's headband was gone. He raised his hand, and felt the headband on his forehead. He actually passed. Nagato said happily. Everyone else smiled. Congratulations, Naruto. You graduate. Iruka said. And, as a reward, we're going to Ichiraku's. Iruka finished. Naruto stared with his mouth hanging. Iruka-sensei. Naruto yelled, jumping onto Iruka in happiness. 1 week later, Naruto was walking to the academy. Today he would finally become a genin, and be on a team. He was thinking back to the Hokage's grandson, Konohamaru. He had taught the kid his own, the sexy, and he swore he felt 2 people pass out from blood loss, and another laughing. What he didn't know was that he made Minato and Madara pass out from blood loss, and Nagato laughed at their predicament. He saw the academy, and smiled. Today was the day he would finally be one step closer to his dream. When he walked into the room, he got a lot of confused looks from some of the students. He ignored them, and sat down. What are you doing here, Naruto? This place isn't for dropouts. You can't be here unless you graduated. Shikamaru Nar, the laziest kid in school, said. Naruto grinned. Do you see this? This is a regulation headband. We'll be training together. Naruto said. HMPH. Shikamaru said, as he walked away. Everyone turned to the sound of running and yelling coming up the hall. They all turned to see Sakura Haruno, Naruto's crush, and Ino Yamanaka run into the room. I'm first. They yelled. They continued their argument, and Naruto stared and blushed. Sakura, Naruto thought. Nagato, Minato, and Madara chuckled at Naruto's train of thought. Sakura turned and smiled. She's smiling at me. I think she likes me in this headband. Naruto thought. All 3 chuckled again. Sakura ran down the rows, and Naruto jumped from his seat. The meeting room. Promising new student Sasuke Uchiha. Is it him? Asuma asked, looking at a crystal ball. Sarutobi nodded. He's the only survivor left of the Uchiha clan, Kurenai said. That's right. Sarutobi said. The crystal ball's view then shifted over to Naruto, who was on the floor. Naruto, Kakashi, Asuma, Kurenai, and Anko thought. They all remembered the conversation years earlier. Flashback. I'm counting on you, Pakin. Kakashi said, sending out his summoning dog to tell Asuma, Kurenai, and Anko to meet at his house. 5 minutes later, they were all sitting in Kakashi's living room. Is there any change with Naruto? Asuma asked. Kakashi nodded. He went home today. Do you remember what Itachi said to us a few years ago? Kakashi asked. They all nodded. Yes, if Naruto ever gets the Sharingan transplanted into his eyes, then he will, Kurenai said, trailing off. Her eyes widened as the information rang through her mind. No? He didn't. Anko said, shocked. Yes, he did. Kakashi said. Does Naruto know? Can he activate it? Asuma asked. Kakashi shook his head. No, he doesn't know, and no, he will unlock it like any other Uchiha member would, Kakashi said. What do his eyes look like now? Kurenai asked. They're still blue, but they're darker than before. Kakashi said. Everyone sat in silence for the rest of the small meeting. Flashback end. Hey Sakura. I won, Naruto said before being shoved down with a thud. The people watching through the crystal ball winced. Move it. Good morning Sasuke, mind if I sit next to you? Sakura asked. Sasuke. It's always about Sasuke. Naruto thought, gaining a chuckle from the three people in his mind. Clunk. Clunk. Sasuke opened his eyes to see Naruto crouching on his desk, growling. The people in Naruto's head and the crystal ball chuckled. Naruto. Hey, stop glaring at Sasuke. Sakura yelled. Sakura Sasuke. Sasuke. It's always about Sasuke. What's the big deal with this guy? Naruto thought. All the people in Naruto's mind chuckled. Whoa. Hey. This is great. The kid behind Naruto said, accidentally bumping Naruto into Sasuke. What the? Sakura said. Ino said. Swooch. The kissing sound echoed around the room. Everyone turned to see Naruto, and Sasuke leaned over, looking like they were choking, and making gagging, and dry heaving sounds. The jounin watching from the crystal ball laughed, and the people in Naruto's mind laughed harder. They stopped when they felt the killing intent rise against Naruto. Naruto started to turn scared. Naruto, you are so dead. Sakura said, cracking her knuckles. Whoa. Hang on. It was an accident. Naruto said, raising his hands in a placating manner. You finished. Sakura said. Hang on. Naruto yelled, as the girls made their advance. He let out a scream of terror, and he was sucked under the girls, and to the ground to be beaten up. It reminded everyone of a whirlpool sucking someone up. All the boys in class saluted Naruto in respect. He was a good man. Kyuubi said. This gained a long laugh from all the jounin watching. 10 minutes later, I will now announce the teams, Iruka said, naming off the teams. I hope I'm with Sakura, and I don't know. Just not Sasuke. Naruto thought. Team 7 Naruto Uzumaki, Sakura Haruno. Yeah. Naruto yelled, getting a chuckle from the three in his head. I'm doomed, Sakura said. And Sasuke Chiha. Iruka finished. Yeah. Sakura yelled. I'm doomed, Naruto said. Everyone in Naruto's head burst out laughing. He's with the girl he likes, and the guy he hates, and the girl he likes the guy he hates. Nagato yelled out, howling in laughter. This made the other two laugh more. Team 8 Hinata Hyuga, Kiba Inizuka, and Shino Aburamaruka continued. Team 10 Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nar, and Choji Akamichi. You will meet your jounin senseis after lunch. Iruka finished. The second generation of the Ino Shikacho trio. It seems Naruto's class is full of clan heads, Minato said. Madara nodded, eyes wide. After lunch, Team 7 was now waiting for their sensei to arrive. The other jounin had come, and got their teams already. Naruto noticed the two jounin who he assumed were Kurenai Yuhi and Asuma Sarutobi. He had heard them say their names to their teams, were giving him looks like they knew him. He didn't recognize them. If he did know them, then they had changed too much for him to recognize them. After about 2 hours, the door finally slid open. A man with silver hair and a mask popped in. It was Kakashi, but he couldn't recognize him. Team 7, meet me on the roof in 5 minutes, Kakashi said. The jounin hurried to the roof. Okay, now for introductions. My name is Kakashi Haddock. I like and dislike many things I haven't thought about in a dream, and I have lots of hobbies. Kakashi finished. The jounin sweat dropped. You next, Pinky. Kakashi said. Sakura frowned and started. My name is Sakura Haruno. What I like. I mean, the person I like is looks at Sasuke. My hobbies are looks at Sasuke and giggles, and my dream for the future is looks at Sasuke and squeals, Sakura said. And what do you hate? Kakashi asked. He automatically regretted it. Naruto. Sakura yelled. Naruto let out a groan like someone just broke his heart with a sledgehammer, and one tear fell from his eyes. Okay, next. Kakashi said. My name is Sasuke Chiha. I hate a lot of things, and I don't particularly like anything. I'm going to restore my clan, and kill a certain someone. Sasuke finished. I hope he doesn't mean me. Naruto thought. Revenge, he's in the cycle of hatred. Minato, Nagato, and surprisingly Madara said. Over the past few years Minato had changed Madara, and now he understood the cycle of hatred. Sasuke is so hot, Sakura thought. Just as I thought, Kakashi thought. Next, Blondie. Kakashi said. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. I like ramen and training. I dislike smug people and the time it takes to cook ramen. My dream is to become the greatest Hokage. Then everyone will have to stop disrespecting me and treat me like I'm someone important. Then I can protect this whole village. Naruto said. Okay, you're all unique and you have your own ideas. Tomorrow we will meet at training ground 3 at 7 AM for the real test. Oh, and don't eat breakfast, you'll puke. Kakashi said. Before they could ask, he disappeared. Oh no, not the bell test. Minato said he had to warn Naruto to eat breakfast and work with the others. The next day, training ground 3, 7 AM. Team 7 was waiting for Kakashi in training ground 3. Naruto had eaten breakfast and made a plan for teamwork because a voice in his head told him to. He assumed it was his subconscious. After about 2 more hours, Kakashi finally arrived. After saying his excuse, he explained the bell test and said to come at him with intent to kill. Ready to start. Sasuke and Sakura ran away while Naruto stayed put. "You're a little weird," Kakashi said. Naruto grinned. "The only thing weird here is your haircut," Naruto yelled, making everyone in his head burst into laughter. Kakashi then took out a book that said, "Icha Icha Paradise." "The book?" Naruto asked in an astonished tone. "Well, your weak attacks won't hurt me, so now come on. Show me what you can do," Kakashi said. Naruto smiled. "Kage Bunshin no Jutsu," Naruto yelled. Kakashi expected to see about 5 clones that would disappear in a second. He was way off. His eyes widened incredibly when he saw about 1,000 Naruto appear around him. Sasuke and Sakura gasped in shock as Naruto came up to both of them and explained. Sasuke reluctantly agreed, and Sakura just agreed because Sasuke did. "How much chakra do you have?" Kakashi asked in a shocked tone, looking at the real Naruto who hadn't broken a sweat. "I only use 1/4 of my chakra. The weird thing is, I never have trained to get more chakra. I just have this much," Naruto said with a shocked tone as well. All the clones dispersed, creating a large cloud of smoke. Kakashi dodged 3 kunai that came at him. He forgot about the bells for 1 second. The 2 bells flew off with the kunai only to be picked up by the genin. "Nice, Sasuke. You're so cool," Sakura said. Naruto frowned. "But I set up the diversion," Naruto thought, then looked at Kakashi who was walking out of the smoke to see genin holding the bells. He looked down to see a tear in the string that held them, and looked back at the genin. "Well, congratulations. You all pass. Team 7 starts its first mission tomorrow," Kakashi said. Naruto cheered happily. He was finally a ninja. Thanks for watching my video. Leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time. Till then, sayonara.